tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Okay, thank you, David, for organizing these public talks since last January. This is going to be our last session. So today I'm going to talk about samsara and nirvana. Have you heard about these two words before? Yeah? Samsara. How do you understand the word samsara? You have any clue? You have no clue. Anyone? And nirvana?
Samsara, I would describe like the wheel of life, the wheel of going around and around in the human experience from lifetime to lifetime, perhaps.
Yeah.
This continuity of continuing getting off.
Yeah. So, I'm the monk who would like to stick to the original words. I think I really love the etymology. I like to understand the origin of the word. The word samsara is coming from a verb called sangsarati. Sangsarati means to wander, to walk, to continue, to journey, to travel, to tour. So there are many English words. So that's the meaning of this word, samsara. In the Eastern religious traditions, we see every spiritual teacher is talking about this concept, samsara. Samsara is the cycle of life. And you also can say that's the wheel of life. Wheel of life. So this samsara is understood as the beginningless and endless journey. But in the Western spiritual tradition, you see there's a beginning and the end. But in the Eastern spiritual tradition, there is no beginning or end. So that means we continue to be in this cycle of life. And the Eastern spiritual traditions are about stopping, the ending this cycle of life. Because over there, basically they are understanding that we are human beings. As human beings, we continue to journey endlessly. In early discourses of the Buddha, we see that people, especially those who had spiritual powers, using their spiritual powers, they wanted to see the beginning point and the end point. Buddha also were known for some spiritual powers, some like very a lot of psychic powers. And Buddha also wanted to see, what's the beginning of the samsara, what's the end of the samsara. And he would go into meditation and he would develop those psychic powers. Using the psychic powers, he wanted to see. But then he realized there's no beginning. It goes further and further and further and further back there. So there's no beginning. This is a very interesting point. Even last weekend, we had this conference. And there, even the neuroscientist, one neuroscientist from the University of California, mentioned scientists are trying to understand the beginning point of the whole universe and the whole Big Bang theory, but even they have come to a conclusion that the beginning point of is not visible. It cannot be identified. So even there were some monks. Although Buddha said that there's no beginning or end of the samsara, some monks wanted to see, using their own psychic powers. And then this, I think maybe they were kind of stubborn, did not listen to the Buddha. Again, Buddha is not against. If you can see that beginning point, that's wonderful. But he said, I tried, but according to my experience, my ability, I could not see it. And if you don't believe, you have freedom to see that by yourself. So there was this particular monk, using his psychic powers, he was touring in this endless, beginningless universe. He wanted to find the end and the beginning. He was going further and further and further and further. Then eventually he got tired. And then he now realized that what Buddha said was right. Now he wanted to come back. He wanted to come back, but then he realized his lifespan is no longer there enough to come back to the earth, this planet. Meantime, Buddha saw this. Using his own psychic powers, it is said that Buddha brought this monk back to this universe. So this is the indication that there is no beginning or end of the samsara. And of course, I think we human beings wanted to. We have this feeling. We have this tendency. We want to see everything. We want to see the beginning and the end. But there are certain points that you cannot understand completely. It's beyond. You don't have enough lifetime to understand that. And there are a few subjects beyond our imagination. One of them is called the Loka Visaya Achintya. The subject of the world is unconjecturable, beyond our thinking, beyond our imagination. But Buddha says you have freedom to research. You have freedom to do any further investigation to find out. If you can find, that's so wonderful. There's nothing wrong with that. You have to test it by yourself, and you have to find it by yourself. So that's the beauty of Buddhist philosophy. Like, you are given freedom. You have freedom to investigate, examine. So Buddha declared that, this cycle of life is beginningless and endless. We samsaric beings are incessantly just wandering on.